Oh, the fun of convertibles. Let's get some coffee.
California is beautiful until you have to park. Luckily, he can parallel park, because I can't.
So in a lot of the trips we've been going on, we've been doing these cool hyperlapses and motion hyperlapses using a gimbal, and we want to show you how you do that. I'm going to walk you through each step of how you do this, both shooting it and in post.
Rule number 1, don't be afraid to look stupid in public.
So the trick is to get this exactly set how you want, so you get as little left and right as you can while you move. You want to keep it perfectly in the exact same spot with as little adrift as you can. So we're going to give it a shot here and see how good we can get this Moza Air to do. Sometimes it's better to have the left and right so you can kind of fix it a little bit, because the hard lock has too much drift. So I'm probably actually going to leave it able to move left and right so I can physically correct it. So this is the hardest way to do it. Let's do it that way. There we go. Okay. 12.5 minutes is what that took from end to end to get the shot. Now let's take this into post and see what we can do with it. Here we are in Final Cut 10.4.4. We have our clip here on the left. It's a 1080p clip that we took on the pier, and it's in 24 frames per second. I've already made a timeline down here with the same specs, so I'll go ahead and place this clip in it. I'm going to zoom out so you can see the whole clip. Let's go ahead and drop the audio all the way down. We want to go ahead and mute the whole clip. We're going to speed this clip up. It's 12.5 minutes long, so I think about 6,000% would be a good amount to speed it up by. With the clip selected, click on the speedometer to get to the speed ramping tools. From there, head down to custom and input the percentage that you'd like to speed the clip up by. The clip then is much smaller, so we'll zoom back in. Go ahead and hit play. If you notice in the beginning there's kind of some jittering, that's when we were just getting the camera kind of situated and ready to go, so we'll go ahead and cut that off. Okay, so now we have our clip sped up. Here's what it looks like. We're going to do a quick color adjustment on this clip, so we'll head over to a different workspace where we have all of our scopes laid out. We're going to bring the highlights down just a little bit. That should place just underneath 100 on the Luma scale. I like to place the midtones about 45 and the shadows just right out at 0. Okay, looks much better. We're going to go and just push the saturation up a bit, and I actually think we're going to go ahead and cool the image down a little bit, make it look a little bit more accurate to how it was that day. Okay, looking pretty good. We could actually stop right there, and this is what it would look like. I like to add motion blur though. It adds just kind of another dynamic to it. So I'll go into my titles pane. This is where you'll find any plugins that you've added, and I'll grab the motion blur plugin that I've added. There's lots of free ones out there. Just search online for Final Cut Pro motion blur. So once you add the motion blur, it does need to render out. Let's go ahead and just speed through this. Okay, all rendered. Let's see how it looks with motion blur. Looks much better, much more realistic. And that's pretty much all you have to do. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Check out this chubby bird. See you later, chubby bird.